Another question I ask: when did you have you started any of you uh, research before? Means some of you are given reply that you have started at master level. I think uh, Upasana, or
Yes, sir.
Bhang,
Definitely.
uh, so mentioned that they studied whenever the question started questioning, observing. So then onwards they started the research. I think Upasana or Korba are given this
Sir,
center.
that
This
was my answer.
ah yeah, fine. That is the main thing. The research means it is not the when you are joined in your master's level or maybe MPhil level. Normally we used to think we started our research at that level. It's not like that. From our childhood, when we have started observing, we are questioning our parents why it is like this. We are getting answer, and again one more question. If so, then why the other aspect is like that? That thing is happened once you are grown little bit grown. Then again, if you see the best example, if you want to purchase anything, maybe your garments or maybe your any gadgets, we don't purchase just like that. We used to see that we used to go through the reviews for the particular product if it is available on online, or we used to inquire our friends how it is, and even then also after going also we used to compare ourselves how is this and how is this, and we used to see in a different aspects. So all these are variables. We are going to see in a different variable level how it is. Then finally we are going to choosing. So this is also research only. We can't say research in the sense you are going with some certain questionnaires, or maybe you are doing certain experiments. So that is only research. Like we are doing in our life every day. We are doing even for purchasing groceries also. Which branded groceries is better? We used to see that certain compositions of the products also. What are having here, whether it is suitable to our health or not. So we are doing everyone, not only the educated, uneducated. That means we can't say uneducated, illiterates. Illiterates also doing research. But here, when we say it is a research in the sense, once if you are doing nowadays, now at master level or MPhil or PhD level means, you are doing in a systematic manner. The approach for that it is going systematic, and with the systematic manner you are coming to a conclusion also. In previous research, whenever we are doing our daily life, for that we can our conclusion is only to that up to that product or up to that moment. We can't generalize that our conclusion. Our conclusion today, what is our conclusion? Again, it will change tomorrow. It's not constant. But if you want to take a generalized conclusion, so then you have to go in a systematic manner. And if you want to identify the cause and effects and reasons, then also you have to go in a systematic manner. If you suppose if anyone went to hospital, doctors used to give a certain prescribe, ask us to take certain, undergo certain examinations, means certain tests. So with that report, once the test reports come, then before that they have the another perception. Based on the result, they used to give another opinion. Based on that, they used to prescribe the medication different. So here they are going in a systematic manner. So in a research, whenever if you say in a research in the sense, it is a systematic approach. Even the systematic approach also towards what means towards the universe. Universe is full of their quotations also is there. No? Before you learning how to question the nature, nature has the answer. Like that means I don't know. I didn't see the proper complete wording. I just read somewhere. That means before asking the question itself, nature has the answer. That means we should know that how to question and how to approach. Then you will get the answer. So in our research, we are doing the same thing. The universe is there. That means universe means we can say that is various kinds of elements are there. So to which element we are approaching, and the approaching process also. The process, that means how we are approaching, is known as the process. The systematic process what we are using, we can say it is a research process, a research approach. This process mostly is useful to know the unknown facts from the universe. We are mostly we used to term it as a term, it as a research, and research also many definitions are there. You can see that if you see any books on methodology, different authors, and number of definitions are there. And in that, mostly if you see that it's a research is a process, it's a kind of investigation. Research is it's kind of finding the gap. If you see investigation in the sense, for example, mostly we used to use this word investigation, and the any incidents are happened. So what is the reason for that? So we used to investigate. The police people used to investigate who is behind this and how they did, when it is happened, how it is happened. So all these things are a part of investigation. Sometimes we used to say it is a process of identifying the research gap and fulfilling it. How we can identify the research gaps means already previously some people used to study. They used to give certain opinions on a particular aspect, and another person used to give a certain opinion on the same aspect. Suppose, for example, if you see the mobile, you want to purchase a mobile. If you see the reviews, one person purchases it, and he or she will give one opinion, and another person purchases in a different place, he or she will give a different opinion. So like that, you used to find out how many reviews you want to see. You are seeing based on their complete reviewing, you will come to a conclusion, and you will say that one product, suppose product A is there, or maybe in a particular one series of mobile is having this type of qualities, and it is lacking this type of qualities, and another type of series of maybe in the same group or maybe a different one, it may having this type of qualities. Or maybe you can see the price variations also. With this price level, you are getting this type of qualities or features of the product. You will get. But this is the regarding to the products. The product means is the features are everywhere same. Suppose if you purchase one type of suppose product A, its physical features, characteristics everywhere it is same. That means these are the controlled one. But sometimes the uncontrolled also there. The uncontrolled means liking the color. The size of the product will be same, or maybe weight, everything is same. But if you see the color, which color people used to prefer, if you want to see, it may varies. It varies from the region. It varies from the age group. Maybe at a certain age group want to prefer a particular kind of color of product, or maybe gender wise also it will vary. We are saying that most of the people, suppose the men using the prefer a different kind of color, and women used to prefer a different kind. It varies. We can't say that this is similar. And again, the age groups and even the religions also. Religion wise, they used to say that even parents used to say that we should not use this, or maybe this is not good. Not good in the sense, not in the terms of quality, with our beliefs. Our beliefs also. So all these parts we are going to study. If you are studying and collecting information, and if you are analyzing, means this is a research. But here we are going in a systematic manner. You are not taking just like that. You are selecting a particular product. Why you are selecting particular product means there certain gap is there. Maybe the certain problem is there. Suppose you want to see that why a particular product is selling more, you can study what are the reasons. Why a particular product is not selling, that is also you can study in a systematic manner. Or you can see that why a certain in a particular situation, Now if you see the COVID movement is there, you can see the behavior pattern of children also varies. Parents used to complain. Children used to, suppose if 2, 3 children are there, they used to fight. But previously, when they used to go to schools, that fighting is occasional. It's not that much burden to the parents also. But nowadays, what will happen? The entire day they used to stay in the houses and they used to fight. Maybe fight for good reason also. They want the gadget to listen their class. Maybe one gadget is there, then they used to fight. So these type of things will come. Now you can study also what are the main reasons, whether it is a gadget or maybe they can say that previously they are completely preoccupied with other aspect. They used to move with their friends in the school, they used to play and they used to study. But now here they are alone in the sense with their subject. Maybe even though their brothers or sisters are there, but when it comes to the subject wise, the classes wise, the variation will be there. They may not mingle all the time. So certain differences are there. So these type of things we can explore. But here, by studying one certain conditions, by studying one family or two families, we can't come to a conclusion. Certain times, if it is a societal issues, you have to study in large. So more number of people you have to consider. So that means the sample size. To whom you want to study, that one you have to increase. If you are increasing the sample size, that means how much it is equal nearer to our total population. So that much of authentication is there in that. So in our study, in our research, we have to see that if it is possible, try to include as much as sample. But this is not always possible in all the researches. For example, if you see in medical or maybe the scientific are mostly lab oriented, you can't go in a massive sample size because here the cost is biggest factor. The chemicals are there, or the equipments are there, or the machineries. They are in lakhs and crores of rupees. So you can't spend more number of samples. In experimental basis or in a lab oriented applied, that we can consider it as a applied researchers like. So here we used to take a small sample, based on that we used to examine. Even the best example in our corona time, doctors used to identify the asymptomatic characteristic in one person, and they want the entire world. The people also there asymptomatic people. You just woke up. uh, See here, here uh, in medical terminals, in medical sciences, the research is to carry out with a very small sample. Sometimes only one case is considered as a sample, their sample for the study. But if you see that, if you want to see the consumer's behavior towards consuming the oil, a particular suppose refined oil or non-refined oils, there you can't take 1% or 2%. We have to take as much as. So whenever, that means in like a survey type of researches, you try to get as much as number of sample size. That means when it is nearer to the population, what will happen is the opinion what they are giving or the output what we are getting, it is more or less equal to all, and it will get the more authentication. So these things we have to identify. And when it comes to the different types of researches, and before going to that research, our objective is that in a research, like previously we mentioned that we want to find out the reason for a cause, or sometimes we want to find out the its effects. Maybe in medical sciences nowadays, if you see the COVID vaccination is on trials. So here also you are experimenting. What is, you are just giving a particular chemical component, and here you want to see the reactions on the people who are consuming the vaccination. So what type of side effects they are getting. Sometimes they used to see their behavior also, how they are behaving after consuming the medicine, and even the behavior of the virus inside their body, how it is behaving. So this, you are giving an action, you are finding out the reaction. This is also one type of study. Or sometimes what will happen is you are going to frame a hypothesis. Maybe you are studied the review. You want to study about, for example, technology, using technology. I think mostly suppose in agriculture field, you studied in Western countries, maybe it is developed countries or other countries where they use what is their output and what is their opinion, like you studied. But here, if you want to study here, that means suppose if you didn't find here, sometimes maybe you may get or you may not get. But based on the previous studies, you are coming to a conclusion, maybe the utilizing of the equipment or maybe the behavior of the utilizing towards the equipment of the farmers are maybe similar. Then no difference with the other people. So like that you are going to come to a conclusion here. You after that you are going to test. So this is called hypothesis testing. Your research objective is maybe you want to test a hypothesis also. And sometimes you want to find out the relations. What is the relation among these two variables or maybe two factors in these conditions? Or sometimes you want to see the differentiations. Is there any difference among the same? Suppose if you see the vaccination, they used to see the differences and similarities. Whether both male and female are having the same type of uh, reactions or same type of behavior, or it varies. And again, they used to see the whether both adults and children are having the same type of behavior, or is there any changes. So all these things are these are the considered as a hypothesis studies. Or sometimes we have to frame a hypothesis also, but all the times it's not necessary. All the times it's not necessary. Suppose it is the first time, there you have to go for an observation method also. You have to observe, go there, and you have to see that how the process are going on, and you have to document. So like that, if you documented several things, then it will consider as a theory. So after that, after some time again, you can test against the theory whether the response of the individual is similar or any changes. So then the hypothesis will come. In the beginning, you are developing a theory. Once the theory is developed, you are going to test. So after testing, it is a conclusion. So you can come to a conclusion, general conclusion. Authenticately, you can say. See the authentication. If you see one incident, your expression, that means your reporting is different than the listening about the incident. If somebody told you that okay, this so and so things are happened here, so you can't say that much confidently to others. You may say that I heard something is happened like that, but I don't know, like you used to say. Some unconfident level you used to keep. Otherwise, if you see the same incident or the situation, you can report in a very confidently. So why means you are experienced. That means what is happening there you came to know. So hypothesis is like that. The confidence level to what you through the theory, in the development process of the theory, what type of incidents or what observations you are observed, or the behaviors what you are observed. So you are testing whether these observations are changing or not changing with different conditions. So the authentication will come. And here the researches are it's not done by the only the individuals. Am I right? Or anyone is doing? Only MPhil scholars or PhD scholars are doing? Or apart from that, anyone also doing? In a research is not only we doing, not only the educational institutions, even NGOs also is doing, even certain research bodies also there. Suppose ICSS are there, Indian Council of Social Science Research is there, ICMR is there, and even for the agriculture also is there. Indian Council of Agriculture research centers are there, and IIS also is there. Indian ISI is the Indian Statistical Institute is there, and we can like that. Different bodies are there, research bodies, and apart from that, even the organizations, companies, they have their own research wing. R&D. We used to hear the R&D wing, research and development. So why they want to do the research means they want to identify the reasons for the certain aspects, or they want to improve the quality, or they want to bring any certain changes or additional features in the existing service or product. So for all these things, it's a you need a research, and research is not a end process. It's a continuous process. It's a never end. If you say that research is ended with here means we can say that you are not approached in a proper manner, in a scientific manner. Always, whatever the research you did, you will get again certain scope for further research. It never end with at a certain level, because you are studied in one dimension. The other dimension also there. N number of dimensions are there, because we discussed in the beginning. Universe is having n number of variables or variants. So you can approach them in the same manner to approaching also n number of dimensions also there. So in one dimension, in what dimension you went, maybe with that you are stopped. The other person can see in a different dimension, and they may bring another aspect. And in researches also, if you see these are so far these things are considered as our objective, research objectives. And here the types also, research types also is there. Types in the sense here, we are now, in the beginning itself we discussed it, we can't follow the same type of method. What you are using in medical science, what you are using in suppose agriculture, maybe in the development of the seed or development of uh, new varieties of the new specimens. Maybe if you see that nowadays that means the modification of the seeds are there. We are seeing, or that if you want to bring a new qualities in the particular grain or fruits or leaves, you have to do a certain research. But the way of doing research is different here. And if you want to see the on the same product what you are produced, if you want to see the opinion, or if you want to see the reactions, you have to follow the different way of approaches. So like, for these things in a research, you will find more than 3 4 ways of research. That means it is a contradiction, like it will come, suppose one A is there and opposite B also is there, so like that it will come. So here descriptive research is there and analytical research is there. Descriptive research in the sense, here the meaning itself is there. You are going to describing. You are going there. That means here you are not going to control anything. As a researcher, you don't have any control on the variables. Suppose a mobile phone is there. The color of the mobile phone, which color? Uh, why? That means children prefer. Which color adults prefer? Or which color gents prefer, which color boys prefer, there you can't control, you can't say them you have to use this one, like. But for the, if you want to bring any change in the existing product, so there you can control in the laboratory. So these two are there in a descriptive. research, here you don't have any control. As a researcher, you don't have any control on all the variables. Simply you are going to observe the variables and you are going to record and report, and you are going to analyze that data. Was the data you are collecting and analyzing, and you are converting to knowledge. Here you can't change any changes. So this type of descriptive research, when we are going to use, whenever we are going to take the opinions of the product, or if we are going to bring, that means survey types works. If you want to bring a new change in the education, suppose recently the education policy is there, so they are taking many people's opinion. It's like a survey type. So afterwards, some people are again interact with the teachers regarding to the using the changing the different aspects. What is their opinion on one aspect? So here they are giving the aspect. They are not controlling. So this type of research we can consider as a descriptive one. Whenever we are going to find out the opinions, the behavior, you want to study the behavioral aspects. So in these cases, we are going to use the descriptive study. In analytical research, in the sense, it is the once we are sometimes you are collected the information. Suppose some incidents are taking place. So there you are going to collect that means, like suppose if it's the police, the investigations, the incidents are happened. So you are going to collect the information surround the places, how it is happened, when it is happened, maybe what are the reasons, maybe. So based on that, then you are going to analyze the data. You are collected data from the incidents and you are going to analyzing. So these two are different. And another aspects also there, qualitative and quantitative. Quantitative in the sense, we know that you can measure in terms of numbers. You can express in terms of numbers. Quantitative. Suppose height is there, weight is there. You can express in terms of numbers. Or temperature. You can express in terms of numbers. A quantity of the product, or maybe the consumed the product. We are going to measure this thing. Yes. And even suppose how many times you are purchased, how much you are that means supplied. So everything is expressed in terms of numbers. So these aspects is considered as a quantitative research. Even if you see that nowadays whenever if you see the share prices, everything is expressed in terms of numbers. How much gained, how much loss. So these are quantitative. And even if you see in agriculture also, you used to see that how much of manure you are giving, what is the controlled temperature, what is the level of water, that means level of moisture content, and how much water you are given, how many days you kept, how much time you are exposed to the particular product towards the light or maybe the darkness, or maybe you can see that the electrolysis, or maybe you are using certain machineries. So here everything is you are going to note down. You are collecting the data in terms of numbers. So these studies we are considered as a quantitative. But always quantitative is not possible. Qualitative studies also is there. Suppose you want to study the behavior. Why the certain people are behaving like this? Mostly, for example, if you see the children, or maybe the school children also, or sometimes adults also, they used to behave indifferently suddenly. Or maybe they used to behave from childhood onwards in the same manner. So in this case, in this type of cases, you can't measure you can't get the data in terms of numbers. You used to get like a qualitative one. Suppose if I ask how much you like to take sweet, means you can't say that I like in 2 kgs or 3 kgs. Like I used to like, I like so much. I don't like, or I hate. So see, this type of answers we used to get. But these things we can't measure in terms of numbers. So these are the qualitative one. Suppose if you that means you are going to study the behavioral aspects of human beings, or behavioral aspects of even some certain times we are going to see the animals also. So these things are considered as a qualitative one. So quantitative is there, qualitative is there. You will find the two forces everywhere or every place. And another is that applied science is there, fundamental science research is also there. Because all these things, because what we are telling, the descriptive versus analytical and qualitative versus quantitative, applied versus fundamental. So in all these aspects, you will get the similarities. Suppose here the quantitative is there, it maybe comes in the analytical. If you see in the analytical point of view, you can see the analytical data, you are collecting data and analyzing. So you can, it will be merges of there. But here the classified, previous researchers are classified. If the observed descriptive is there, you will get the analytical, the counterpart is there. And if you are finding this quantitative research is there, and opposite force also is there, qualitative also is there. The same manner applied is there, you will get the fundamental research. Applied research in the sense here, if you see the R&D, research and development wing, they is to try to see the experiment with new aspects by reducing or by increasing certain amount of the chemical or maybe the water level, like that. If you are experimenting different levels, so this is known as the, consider it as a applied one. If you see the fundamental research, once it comes to a conclusion, someone is given, if you do like this, you will get the best result in this aspect, like, so that one you can experiment separately whether you are getting or not. For example, paddy is there. If you maintain the temperature is this much level, maybe suppose for example 30 degrees, and the moisture content is around 50 in the soil, 50%. I don't know in what manner they used to measure, you know. Just for example, we are giving, if you are giving the manure these many times, from that means suppose you are giving at 10th, at day 10, at day 60, and again you give it a 70 days the manure, like, so then you will get a good product. That means the produce is a high yield, you will get a high yield, like someone is experimented and given. So now you are want to test that, so then you can consider it as a fundamental. Here you are not experimenting, already what their other people are tested, you are trying to testing that. So here hypothesis, previously we discussed the hypothesis testing. Someone is did, you want to see that whether the result is the output is coming like that, or is there any changes. So this one is considered like a fundamental one. And another is there empirical research and conceptual research. These are another aspect also there. In empirical research, in the sense, it's like a first-hand information. You are the first person collected the information, because the information is not yet published anywhere. Suppose you are doing the experiment. That experiment, how you are doing, when you are suppose you are changing the component variables, you are controlling the variables in different times. The controlling is the first-hand information. Once you come to a conclusion, if you publish it, that it will consider it as a second hand. So that means whenever you are doing performing your research with first hand information, is considered as a empirical research. After that, for example, if you see the share prices or stock prices, so these things are considered as second hand information. Or maybe if you see the past 50 years production of the rice, or maybe potato, or mangoes, or what, ginger. So if you take the past 50 years in a particular place, in a region of what is the production, so it is not the empirical one. The data already is produced, already some people also worked on that, and further you want to see the behavior, the changes of the pattern, how it is like. So here you can say this is a conceptual research like. So even though if you are refer different books, again you will find it as a different approaches are there. But whatever may be all these things is to tell that if you are doing one aspect and counter aspect also is there. You can't use the same aspects in all the uh, fields. It will varies with your objective. Not only the field, your objective based on the objective also. So what is your objective? So based on that, we are going to choose the a different mode of our research process. So this is regarding to our different types of researchers and regarding to our research objectives. And any questions? Or if you want to say add any some more points. And another aspect is that the research at a PhD level, normal at a master level itself, we should not follow like simply just our one prescribed book is there. You are just simply reading and writing. It's not like that. That means it is simply that you are taking knowledge in one place and dumping in another place. But the main aim of your PhD or master level, MPhil or PhD is that you are able to create the knowledge. You have to create. For that, what you have to approach a different. That means in the universe, you have to approach the variable elements in a different dimensions. Because what we are so far we discussed means in one dimension only, or maybe two dimensions. But you have to go beyond that. For that, you have to study more how the other people are approached. If you like that, if you see the 10 people, we used to study the review of literature. Means why you are going to study the review of literature in the sense we are going to study the how the other people are approached, what dimensions they are used, and what are the other dimensions they didn't uh, carry forward. So whether we can go in that way or not, is it possible to use the whatever the left or approach is there, or we may come to a different new concept. Why not like this? Why not? What will happen if you go or if you perform in a different manner? So these things, this type of thinking pattern is necessary. For that, you should not be simply stick to the only the lecture of the maybe the guide or faculty like that. You should have to approach a different sources, and you have to come forward once at a PhD level. Means once you are coming with one approach, the discussion will come. What the other person told and what the another person told and what is your opinion, then the guide will tell that how we can, whether we can come to a new approach, or whether we have to modify the existing approach, or we have to take the as it is adapt the existing approach. So this type of output will come. So you have to come forward with that approaches, the processes. So then only you can you can proceed in your research. You should not think like that, like our MPhil, not MPhil, our master's level. Syllabus is given. If you read it and finally exam will be there, you can pass out. But here the coursework in the sense, just it will give some idea about the process only. But this is not the final. It's like suppose if you say that one mobile if you have shown in the sense, that is not the ultimate one. That type of mobiles, n number of brands are there, or varieties are there. So that is your duty that you have to go to the market and you have to explore. As a guide, a faculty, they will just give one path. So an example like. So based on that, you have to proceed further. So in this manner, what are the field you want to do your research? So you try to identify the different approaches. how the previous people are did, and what are the other possible ways. So if you come like that, you can finish your work as early as possible. Finish in the sense you can achieve your objectives. Even the hurdles will be there. In the process also you will get the hurdles. So at that level, guide can help. How can we overcome the hurdle? Or whether we have to adapt any method there in that particular aspect. So this type of that type of help you will get. But your duty is you are like an engine only. Guide is like a guard. Guard can't control always. Whenever if something is happened, he will inform to the driver whether you have to slow down or maybe you can stop. Like that only, guard will give the information. Same manner, we are like a guards, you are like a engines. The entire load is pulled by you only, not by the faculties or guides. Okay, then we can, with this we'll stop today's class. And when we can start again our next class, when we can take
That tomorrow evening or
tomorrow evening.
maybe